Hello, this is me, part of Tim, member of the me, Tim, and Jordan on wrestling. And this is a review of WCPW, Built to Destroy. I know it's a bit late, and I should probably get this up earlier, but hey, we're just going to get on with this episode, because this is our first live event for WCPW, and it was a really nice welcome introduction to WCPW. It really, for me, I think it was just a very significant and eventful I'm going to say pay-per-view, live event, and featured so many great moments from all of our top stars, including obviously Big Damo, Rampage, Jay Lethal even made an appearance, and Joe Coffey. So yeah, again, it was really enjoyable. A lot of the build, that especially in the main event that we saw go through from the previous episodes of Loaded, paid off at this big event. Our first match of the night was Ligero versus Martin Kirby. Now, as we know, this was a mass versus pride match, which meant that Ligero, if Ligero lost this match against Martin Kirby, he would lose his mask off his face, so he'd be revealed. If Martin Kirby wins, he would have to be forced to wear a dress, and that event did actually happen, because Martin Kirby was beaten by Ligero. Now, the match ended in significant fashion with Ligero, I think some sort of move, very enjoyable. But yeah, he beat Martin Kirby, forcing him to wear an ugly looking dress, whatever, and parade around the ring. He actually knocked him out first, before, putting him in sleeper hold, before putting on the dress. It was funny to see, and yeah, it was just a nice comedy moment. Our second match of the night was Prince Ameen versus Gabriel Kidd. Now, going into this, we had another nice storyline, because Prince Ameen, who, as we know, was just worst kind of heel, really. He was, being, very protective of his in-ring work. So, shall we say, he was, being dirty, doing dirty finishes, leaving the match early, all these things to avoid having a singles loss. And Prince Ameen actually ended up beating Gabriel Kidd. Now, as we know, Prince Ameen, the story going to this was Gabriel Kidd and Prince Ameen. Prince Ameen was hiring him, wanted to have him as his slave, being a prince himself. So, obviously, Gabriel Kidd didn't want to be a slave, and they had a stipulation that whoever wins is the other's gets to have the other as their slave. So, very simple. Prince Ameen ended up beating Gabriel Kidd. I think this was kind of surprising, but not really, because it was a dirty finish, as you would expect. Because Prince Ameen did not win clean. He ended up kicking, I believe, Gabriel Kidd in the nether region, shall we say. A very entertaining match. Not as good as the first match of the night, which was just kind of like more of a talented affair. But this one was a good match in itself. Still was, Gabriel Kidd is growing on me very well. I think he's just a very enjoyable in-ring aspect. Prince Ameen, not so much, but again, he is a very good heel, and he can just play that heel just brilliantly. I actually think his promos are very good, very enjoyable. He just disses any crowd he is in, and also he's a bit delusioned as well, shall we say, thinking he is absolutely the best and no one stands a chance against him, which is pretty self-evidently not true. But he hasn't actually lost, I don't think, if I can recollect, but he has cheated out a few matches here and there. Our third match of the night was a no-holds-barred match between Primate, accompanied by Suzie, and Joe Coffey. Joe Coffey, a personal favourite. He's the Iron Man, as he likes to be self-titled, I guess. And this one started off just very standard Primate domination, but actually surprisingly took outside the ring, because it's a no-holds-barred match, and really just developed from there. Joe Coffey I think actually ended up throwing Primate over the barrier and jumping on top of him, and actually getting the upper hand in certain situations. So he played it very well, yeah, Joe Coffey actually did play very well, and yeah, this actually match went outside behind the crowd, which is really cool. For the first time we've had that in a match, so it was just from that aspect, very ingenuitive in the way it happened. Yeah, so yeah, this match continued on, and it ended up being a win for Joe Coffey at the end of the match. Yeah, very good win for him. Just really solidifies that Joe Coffey's stature, doesn't it? Yeah, so I like that match. Not really much interference from Suzie, which is surprising. Yeah, I know. I thought it was a decent match. Our fourth match was for the ROH World Championship. Now, going in, I sort of knew that the championship definitely wouldn't change hands. I mean, the chances of it changing hands are pretty slim, dealing with one that, obviously, Jay Lethal is from ROH, and he would probably most likely lose the title in ROH, where they would gain more, well, it would be a bigger draw again for money purposes. He needs that title for basically for ROH's money drawing, and just that's the big pop. That's where you'd want the title to be dropped, not on a foreign surface in Newcastle. No, not that. Also, secondly, Noam Dar is working in the Cruiserweight WWE Cruiserweight Classic, and honestly, he is working there. So obviously, why would he bring the ROH title to WWE, who don't like other foreign titles interfering with their company? So they wouldn't want that at all. Yes, this one was a very, very skilled match. Again, I'm saying this before, but oh my god, the amount of reversals, counters. This one was just all thrown together, one giant masterpiece. Beethoven would be jealous. So Noam Dar kind of, they both had a great match. Let's be honest. Jay Lethal wins this one. I think it was a nice finish. He definitely he was definitely more dominant in this match than Noam Dar was, but you never felt one was too overpowered. They were a good match in the ring. Yes, so Jay Lethal wins this match, and yeah, he keeps the ROH World Championship, which is expected, but nice crowd, and they were very accepting of him as the winner. They definitely were a forgiving crowd, I guess, but definitely Noam Dar, disappointing to see him lose, but yeah, he's going to the Cruiserweight Championship, so I guess this is sort of classic. I keep saying championship. This is sort of a nice exit for him from WCPW for now, I think. But I think they've taped a lot of episodes in advance, so I think he still has a few more matches in WCPW, if I'm not wrong there. The fifth match, it was a tag team match. This one I thought would be more of a clustery mess between Prospect and Joe Hendry and Joseph Connors. Was a pretty clean match, I think. If I'm wrong, I don't know. Yeah, but this one featured Joe Hendry and Joseph Connors, and as you know, Joe Hendry is playing this sort of, he's playing a sort of, I guess, funny, characteristically comedic type character. I would kind of say he's sort of just like the comedic hero, I would say. He's never, too over dominant in the ring, but yeah, he plays it like he's just great. He's just like, I guess he's kind of like, but I don't know. I'm kind of growing on me. I never really liked Joe Hendry from the start. I thought he was just a bit pretentious, and not pretentious really, but just, too enthusiastic and stuff, and just like annoyed me kind of, in that sort of way that like that really good heel, like, I don't know. But I think the character is kind of a good character, and it's very funny. This match was pretty funny with the entrance, where he was accompanied by obviously his tag team partner Joseph Connors, and promised that they would have a good entrance, because obviously this tag team is a bit all over the place. It's a very unmatched tag team, so going into it we knew this was going to be just a mess. So yeah, Joe Hendry, the song is very good, guys. But yeah, I'd say Joseph Connors got the shaft in this one, definitely, because if you listen to the song, you will notice that Joseph Connors is mentioned at least maybe like 4 times in the entire song. So yeah, it's more of just Joe Hendry's song in the tag team. So you can tell who wears the trousers in this relationship. I don't know. Prospect. Now, the finish was actually kind of clean because Joseph Connors was going to give the tag. Joe Hendry wanted the tag from Joseph Connors, so firstly he distracted Joseph Connors, but for some reason Joseph Connors decided, you know what, he just looks over at Joe Hendry, turns his back for about 5 seconds, then goes over and then gets defeated. So yeah, I'd say it's Joseph Connors' fault in that situation. This tag team has no future. Come on, I mean, look at it. It's not going to last too long. I'd say there's no way that this is not going to be Joseph Connors' heel turn. You can see, even just in this pay-per-view alone, you can tell he's kind of getting a bit under the nerves. Well, Joe Hendry's kind of getting under his nerves. So yeah, I don't know. It's not going well for this tag team at all. They're probably going to pick up a win soon, but most likely this is just a comedy thing. And yeah, I don't know. Don't take it too seriously. Yeah, it's just a fun tag team, really. But yeah, I don't know. It's not going to end well. It's going to be, there's going to be some sort of betraying backlash in the future. Yeah. Also, at the end of this match, I think we saw our friend, your mate, who was studying Prospect, and yeah, he was very impressed. The manager sort of guy, and he was impressed, and he enjoyed Prospect. I think Prospect they're a good heel faction. They're a solid team, but not the greatest in the ring. We shall say that. We'll leave it at that. The main event of the night, and it was a singles match for the vacant WCPW World Heavyweight Championship. This would crown our first champion. It was between Rampage Brown and Big Damo. Rampage accompanied by Adam Blampied, who is the booker, and Big Damo accompanied by Jack the Jobber, who is Jack the Jobber. He's a jobber from WCPW. I like the way that they played this rivalry. It was just like very personal. Adam Blampied, especially with him between Adam Pacitti, they would get under each other's nerves all day long, and Adam Blampied is a stellar heel. He doesn't overplay it. He's just there in the background, always, maniacally behind everything. Kind of reminds me of Paul Heyman to a degree. I don't know. He just kind of reminds me of Paul Heyman. But like a bit more maniacally, behind the scenes, I guess. So this one featured one of the biggest turns I've ever seen. I mean, this could be taken back to, Bash at the Beach, WCW, Hogan turns and teams up with the NWO. It was like that. It was amazing. This match ended with I'm just gonna say it actually ended with Rampage getting defeated by Big Damo by way of steel chairs. Damn. Adam Blampied hit the distraction on the referee. This gave Big Damo the chance to attack Rampage, and then proceeding to attack Jack, and then proceeding to attack our friend Adam Pacitti, who said, you're not allowed to pile drive, and he did pile drive, actually, I should say, which is funny, and the match ended. And they crowned Big Damo the WCPW, our first ever WCPW World Heavyweight Champion. Crazy match going on. This one was just a fun ordeal. Very surprising how it ended. I don't know how should it have ended. This is how it should have ended. WWE, do that better, because you're not going to be able to. Okay, overall, very strong pay-per-view / live event / I don't know what's going on. It's a live event, I think. My favourite moment was that main event ending so good. I never saw it coming. I don't think any of the fans saw it coming. You could tell from that reaction. There was no way they saw that coming. This is going to lead to probably a program later on with Big Damo, who is basically aligned with Adam Blampied. So Rampage, yeah, he wants some revenge. I guess this means he's part of Pachidi Club. So I think it's kind of like a really clever idea, because this gives the opportunity for Pachidi to get revenge on Blampied, like he always wanted to. But Blampied had always been, I guess, he had always been, I guess, you know, evil, but he hadn't really given Pachidi reason to take full action. So this will mean Pachidi has a stellar and really good reason to, you know, take full action. So I don't know, this is not going to end, you know, tonight. This is going to be a long-standing thing, and it's going to be a very bitter resentment with Blampied and Pachidi. So I mean, this could go so many ways. Yeah, I think it's very enjoyable. At our next pay-per-view, our live event, which is, I think it's called Built to Last or something like that, I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. It's in October. Through that, yeah, I'd say Big Damo will keep that championship for a good while, because he's going to be one of those dominant heels, and you know, there's no wrestler that can match him in the ring, I don't think, just in terms of pure size and pure strength. So yeah, you're going to be seeing him as a champion for a good while. And yeah, I don't know, I like this sort of thing that's going on at the moment. Very exciting. This was just a really exciting episode, actually. So a lot happened. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment below, share for more, do all you can to support me. And yeah, this was a great live event. I give it a A, and very good way to start off WCPW. Bye.